So EA has dropped one of the best value for money SBCs. On top of that, there's been loads of players that have been dropping and over-invested, and we've got investments for Division Rival Awards today. So loads to talk through, as always as well, in the up until the 1st of October. The trading guide that I'd normally have as a sub pack is free, so do make sure to make the most of this. Loads of investments in here about what to invest in during Division Rival Awards and over the next 24 hours with the full release coming out. On top of that, we've also got lists of lazy buyers, and on top of that, we've also got players to go and trade with. So do make sure to go and check that out. All free, 1st of October, no gimmicks whatsoever. So let's go and talk about the content that we've had in the last 24 hours and investments we can go through and so on and so on. So start off with the best value for money SBC we've had. Now, we've already had pretty decent value for money SBCs with the likes of Alex Garcia. For his card was pretty decent. He's now probably used him for about 15 games. And now we've got ourselves Thuram, and Thuram is looking impeccably good value for money. Let's just talk about, I guess, the SBC requirements first. SBC requirements is one team. Everyone loves it when it's one team because one team means that you don't have to, put in 22 players, and if you've got high-rated players, you have to worry about splitting them. It is just one team. It is an 84 overall, and it does require a team of the week. Well, what did this do? This didn't really rise 84s yesterday. 84s are currently still 1.3, and they're 1.3 before. It initially rose team of the week from 10k up to 13k, but they're back down to 12k, and I'll be honest with you, I do expect them to be very cheap. But it's very interesting to see that team of the weeks are already rare enough to the point where they can rise for SBCs that are demanded. But yeah, really cheap SBC coming in at 25k, which is what probably dubs him as the best value for money SBC that we've had so far this year. Let's go for his card. Sadly, he's only got 3-star weak foot, sitting there with 4-star skills. Well, do you know, he's a very Darwin Núñez-y sort of card who actually is my Evo striker at the moment, and we'll show you the team a little bit later. So we played about 15 games, so we've got ourselves quite stuck in compared to previous years. Pace split is a little bit woeful, 5 pace difference between his acceleration and sprint speed. He's obviously got himself semi-decent shooting, he's got himself 86 finishing, 87 shot power, most noticeably. He's only got himself 81 agility with 70 balance, but I mean that is expected as a 6'4" player. Going on to his player roles, the only thing he's got is advanced forward. Again, people seem to dub that poacher might be the meta, so sadly he hasn't got a playstyle plus there, or a roles plus. Playstyle pluses, I'll be honest with you, they could definitely be better. He's got no shooting playstyle pluses, no passing playstyle pluses, and no dribbling playstyle pluses. Obviously he's got aerial, he's got himself relentless, and he's got himself quickstep. So yeah, playstyle plus is definitely not the best, but again, he's coming in at 25k. He's got himself a very, very nice card. There is the likes of Thuram, and yeah, he's really, really popular. And the reason we can tell that this card is very popular is just what he did to his players that he replaced. So he started with Griezmann, and before the SBC came out, Griezmann was 103k. After the SBC came out, he dropped Griezmann 85k. Now, don't get me wrong, the market for cards 100k and below are going to drop till Saturday anyway, but that is a pretty big drop. I mean, what did he drop the day before? The day before he did go and drop himself 10k, and yesterday he went and dropped himself nearly 20k. We then head to the likes of Martinez. Martinez dropped all the way from 54k all the way down there to 40k. Now, some people go, "Wow, but why aren't people using Martinez as a link investment?" You know, he plays for Inter Milan. There's not that many good Inter Milan players. Surely he's used as a link investment. Well, they're both strikers. I would never want to go and buy a position of a player which we're going to have an SBC, an objective, an Evo sort of player coming out that you're going to think is going to be a link investment. It really is just never a play. So yeah, we can see that with Martinez going from 54 down there to 40, down a third. We can then also see Diani. Obviously he's a French striker, and we can see Diani before the Evo came out, she rebounded to 65, and she's already gone down here to 52k. Does go out of packs though tomorrow at 6 PM. Also, Inform Benzema, we'll talk a little bit about the Inform drops, but yeah, Inform Benzema dropped from 42 all the way down there to 32. So again, massive drop right there, especially bear in mind the card went from 37 to 42 in the hype of going out of packs, then crashed. Again, we'll be talking about a little bit about the team weeks later. Another way we consider as well demanded is the rise on his link investments. The rise on his link investments, obviously this card was leaked ages ago, so the investments, were probably made ages ago, and we can see the likes of Mianganang, whatever, 16k, and he did get all the way up there to 19k. He did drop again, that's just due to him being over-invested. We then also have Barella. Barella, because he's a more expensive card, has a much lower chance of being over-invested. Barella went all the way from 54, got all the way up there to 58, again, over-invested, and has since dropped down to 53. Now, Thuram wasn't expected to be this cheap, which is why, even though these investments were very heavily invested, they still did pretty well because Thuram wasn't expected to come out at 25k. It's very rare for the SBCs listed as Zara would come out this cheap. But Stoney went from 20k all the way up there to 28k since he's back down there to 25k due to how heavily he's been invested. So we actually had a few other SBCs. I didn't actually get around to doing one of them because it's not that amazing. Is a lone base hero player pick. The lone base hero player pick wants an 82 rated team, and of course it goes and gives you a lone base hero for 10 games. I'll be honest, unless you're absolutely swimming in fodder, it really does seem like a bit of a waste because, well, I guess unless you're a sort of person who uses your loans in friendlies. But personally, I hate accumulating loads of loans and then cluttering up the club. Yeah, I can't lie. And then the other SBC we went and got ourselves was one of the Challenge SBCs, and that was the Early Access Challenge SBC 2, giving a 45k payout, which was very nice, but the requirements were a little bit awkward. The requirements was a maximum 2 nations, maximum players from 1 League 5, and then they also wanted 31 chemistry. Basically, you had to go and build a full gold team, which was maximum 2 nations. And yeah, it's pretty awkward. But when this came out, again, make sure during my stream at 6 PM, I always cover what to buy. I recommend people to go and buy left wings and right wings from the top 5 leagues for about 300-400 coins more than they were before it came out. Now, sadly, it was actually leaked. We can see it was actually leaked because Mavidi, before the Evo, well, actually, it doesn't get it on here, but Mavidi, before the SBC was even out, was already a K. So it's a bit annoying that stuff like this got leaked, but there's still money on it. He went up to 1.4k. Again, these were gone down. These investments are always pump and dumps. They're always buy the cards, sell them within 10-15 minutes of buying them as they're expected to go down. Same with German left mids. We can see they were 650. They got all the way up there to 2.1k. A lot of my viewers said they made some good money there. Again, another German right wing went from 500 coins there to 2.3. So do make sure to join the stream at 6 PM because we do go and drop loads of recommended investments for the 6 PM content. What are we going to talk about? We're now going to talk a little bit about the market and how it's been in the last 24 hours. Now, in the last 24 hours, the market hasn't been crashing as much as the previous 24 hours, but on average, these players are down. Again, I can literally go and grab any of the most popular players. I'll try and avoid anyone that, would have conflict of interest with the likes of Thuram. But I should be able to show you that they're all down on average between yesterday and the day before. There we go. So, for example, we've got ourselves Neymar, and again, I can show you, yesterday was, day before yesterday was 170, he went down to 160. Because I had a few people complaining at me in my stream saying, you said the market's going to keep going down and down and down, but it isn't. But day-to-day average, it literally is. It might have a few hour fluctuations, but day-to-day average, it's still dropping. We can see Davies right there was 32, now down to 30, now down to 21k, which is rough. We've got Frankie de Jong, was 76, still dropped to 72, now he's down to 66. Rodrigo was 138. Actually, in all fairness, average 143, but again, there were very few exceptions, and I'll be honest with you, he's now down to 123. Van der Ven was 54, then down to 45, now down to 37. So maybe with few exceptions, the whole market is dropping. And again, players over 100k are favoured to drop till Friday before 6 PM if they are 10% cheaper than what they were on Thursday. So whether like the daily average here is on Thursday, if it's 10% cheaper before 6 PM, you can go and buy. If it's not 10% cheaper, you're going to wait till about 6:30 through to 8. And cards under 100k, you're just going to wait through to Saturday. So again, Van der Ven right there. Now we're going to talk a little bit about Team of Week 2. Now obviously, we recommended buying Team Week 2 investments and then selling in the hype. A lot of people say, but why would I sell Team Week investments in the hype? Surely these cards are going to go and rise out of pack. Surely if there's no more verts in packs, he's just going to go up and up and up. Well, that doesn't happen. And again, throughout the whole of last year's market, throughout the whole of everyone who got a Team Week 2 last year, every gold card dropped out of packs because they're overinvested. And the exact same thing happened here. So if we can go through to here. Here are a few players who got Team of the Weeks. We've got Diaz, and again, before he went out of packs, 76k. After he went out of packs, he's already dropped down to 60k. Exact same thing happened last year. We've got Elise, before he was out of packs, 3.7k. When he actually was out of packs, 1.8k. And that's because the reality is no one wants these cards out of packs. It's all just the hype of them, out of packs. We now can move to the next card, Rafinha. Rafinha wasn't even 100% guaranteed to hit the Team Week. Rafinha still went from 76 and he dropped all the way down there to 55. Do we have anyone else? We've got Verts. We can see that Verts, again, peaked up there at 90. Got Panic Sell down there below 70. So again, it happens every year. These cards are overinvested. Now, consistently have people trying to tell me that, these cards are going to rise because they're out packs. But, it's the trends. And then in the same breath, the Team of the Week 1s, I said, again, Team Week 1s, last year, every single team week 1 drops out of packs. Now, where I was wrong was that I didn't know that the team of the week 1s picked up quite nicely before they went out of packs. I knew again they peaked on the Tuesday previously last year, but I didn't know on the Wednesday that cards went from 300k and Messi got there in the hyper 330. I didn't know that because you can't tell that from the day-to-day average. You know, I can't tell from the day-to-day average that, I mean, you can see right there, right? Tuesday 303, Wednesday 304. There is no way of telling. I mean, again, last year these were like there were way bigger differences here, but there's no way of telling that the 304 was them spiking extremely high before they went out of packs and dropping extremely low after packs. Again, right, that argument is more to be made this year because there was not as big of a difference, but last year the cards were down like 20, 30k on the Wednesday compared to down 20, 30k. Rather than up 1k on the daily average. So again, there was no way of me to know unless I remembered from 365 days ago, which for that I didn't. There are some things I remember from 365 days ago with the hour-to-hour trend, but not that. But what I could tell you is that they drop out of packs, and again, Messi dropped from 330, and he dropped all the way down there to 240. In fact, if I'm not wrong, that is probably that is the lowest Messi has got, is out of packs. And again, Gabriel wasn't actually too bad, but again, went there from 30, peaked up there at 50, he's back down there to 34. He again is favourite. These cards, by the way, are favourites drop till before 6 p.m. tomorrow, and after 6 p.m. tomorrow they should drop. And again, Rodman, 160, peaked up here at 200, and is already back down there to 155. Kvaratskhelia price actually might have held a little bit better. It didn't because of the Thuram, but again, Kvaratskhelia peaked up there at 102, and he's already been panic sold down 20k. Adeyemi, exact same thing. Adeyemi got this crazy spike, right? 92k. Everyone was panic buying him. Got to 122k, and since has got back down to 90. So again, these cards are not quite the cheapest they've been, but they're very, very close to the cheapest they've been since the release. It's something to bear in mind that for the future, again, I don't recommend buying team weeks. I don't recommend panic buying team weeks. I recommend maybe buying them on the Saturday, sell them Wednesday in the pre-hype, but yeah, please do be very aware in the future about buying them. Now, regarding Team Week 2, I'm not quite sure if they actually have Team Week 2. They don't have Team Week 2, so I'm going to have to load up FootGG. Just going to talk briefly about which players from Team Week 2 I do prefer as an investment. Now, I still need to research when the buy time on these is, but I believe the buy time on these will be around about Saturday, normally. So the best investments right here in terms of value for money, you're probably going to go and get Breme. It's going to be probably Breme, Diaz, and Rafinha. Again, you can go Elise if he drops a lot more, but I just can't see him being too. Obviously, he is French, but I don't believe he has a very desirable card whatsoever. And on top of that, I think his gold cards set to fit in Evo, that will end up with an inform better than that card, which also makes it quite risky. But yeah, in terms of Vinny, you're not going to get high return on investments on him. A nice investment, if they do drop, is going to be these 286 informs. And the reason these 286 informs could be a nice investment is because it's quite rare at the beginning of the game to get quite high rated informs, because everyone's obviously only on a first inform. Which means if Matteo and Neves drop down to like 13, 14k, they'll be really good investments, because as soon as there's some sort of big SBC that needs informs in high rated squads, these two will do very well. Again, until they get significantly supplied, they're not going to get down to that price. But yeah, as I imagine the best investments this week is probably going to be Diaz, Rafinha, and Breme. Maybe Wirtz, maybe, but the demand on Wirtz, yeah, so maybe Wirtz. So yeah, that's briefly regarding Team of the Weeks. Now we do have some investments going into rewards. Obviously we've got rewards today. There's a few investments I'm going to be looking at. The first of those investments is going to be Shadow Chemistry Stars. Now one of the reasons I fancy Shadow Chemistry Stars, potentially, it depends how low they drop, after Division Rival Woods, is I don't think there will be an increase in demand in Shadow Chemistry Styles after Division Rival Woods. But Division Rival Woods supplies like 35k packs. I presume it supplies maybe 7.5 if you're getting lower rewards. It provides 15k packs, and as a result, we should see shadows dropping in price. Meaning if shadows drop down to about 2.5k, I'd be a very big fan of buying them, and then all you got to do is just wait till there's a well-demanded defender, Evo, SBC, or objective that everyone's buying shadow and applying. Likewise, on Hunter again, Hunter probably has to go and drop to about 2k for me to want to go and buy it, but yeah, if Hunter goes and drops down to 2k after Division Rival Woods, I'd also like to go and buy that, and then just go and sell it whenever it rebounds. There are a few other investments that we have thrown on the guide as of recent, and those investments all come in the way of the road to the knockout stages. Now, last year, a lot of the gold cards who got road to the knockout stages actually dropped out of packs. Osherman dropped out of packs, Saka dropped out of packs. This was with the initial few hours. So there's an investment in basically buying the meta gold cards here, holding onto them till just before 6 p.m. tomorrow, and then going and selling them. Then selling them before they go out of packs, because the idea is they'll get overinvested, just like the Team of the Weeks did before they went out of packs. They'll get overinvested, they'll have a nice rise going into 6 p.m, but after 6 p.m, they'll crash. So I do recommend looking at investing in the likes of Frimpong, Alvarez, Doku. I don't think you're going to get a great return investment on Bellingham, and Jota isn't going to be going out of packs. You can also look at St. Maxim. And if you want a bit of a long-term gamble, now the one thing I will say is there is no 100% guarantee that these players are going to be going out of packs on Friday, because they might be in the mini release, aka released on the Sunday, and there's a chance that some of them might be in Team 2. So you do have to take that with a pinch of salt, and that's why you'd also want to diversify your investment. But yeah, if you wanted to go and get some like players that you could go and buy now and sell on the 3rd of October, I think Romero's a really nice investment for that. I think Otamendi's quite a nice investment for that. I think DeMarco could be quite a nice investment for that. And again, some of these non-rares can also be decent investments. So the idea is we're going to go and pick them up now and then go and flip them on. Again, either the 3rd of October if they're kind of like SBC players, but if they're meta players, I'll probably sell them before 6 p.m. in the anticipation of them being overinvested. On top of that, we do have marquee matchup investments of Bayern Munich versus Bayern Leverkusen and Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, so you can look at picking them up during squad battles. On top of that, you can also look at doing a bit of bidding on Fodder. How are you going to go and bid on Fodder? Well, there is a nice little hack you can do, and that hack is that hopefully the footbin player will load up. So what you're going to look for, right, you can load up any Fodder, and you're looking for this price right here. Now this price is the price that all this rated Fodder will get spammed on the market. So what I can do is I can go, basically I'll show you. So remember the minimum price range here is 2.1k. So the filter I can go and put in, if I want to go and win loads of 85 rated Fodders, is I can go gold rare, I can go minimum bid 2k, maximum bid 2.1k, then I can go and put the buy now to, I'd recommend setting the buy now to exactly 10k, because that's what they will get listed at. And if by magic, by putting in this filter, I'm going to get loads of 85s that I could go and bid on. No, you're not going to fit my agenda? You're not going to fit my agenda. Well, you should get it 1 hour after, you should go and get it 1 hour after Division Rival Awards. Rough. That doesn't fit my agenda. Well, what we'll do is we use this example with a more expensive card. Maybe 86s, for example, we want to go and win on bids. So again, we've got the price range right there, 3.6k, 3.7k. So what we're going to do is we're going to go minimum 3.6, maximum 3.7. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to search it in, and if by magic loads of 86s should put up. One sec. I'm going to go and put minimum buy now 10,250. That's to get rid of all the cheap cards. And if by magic, okay, loads of 86 popping up. 86 there, 86 there, 86 there, 86 there, 86 there. And you can do the exact same thing with any rating. And all you've got to do is make sure the minimum bid is 100 coins less than this, and the maximum bid is 100 coins more. You should be able to bid on Fodder all the way through to probably about 9-10, I'd say, and then they'll probably wrap up Fodder bidding. But as I say, I will be live. I'll go wrap this video up so then I can make sure I'm going to be live for Division Rival Awards. So yeah, do make sure to jump in. I'll be live all the way from 8 in the morning through to 6:30. I plan on doing probably a bit of icon trading and then also picking up and tracking some of the rotated knockout stage cards. But that has been that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.